just saw a video from a professor whom I have a lot of respect for and follow, and she was talking about the need to protest and the right way to protest. And I am just tired of hearing people talk about nonviolence being the key. I am tired of hearing people go and say, oh, Martin Luther King, did this for a reason, a variety of reasons, and how effective it was, when that is such revisionist history. By 1968, the civil rights movement had stalled. Dr. King was looking at things through a new lens and realizing that it was far more complex and not just about maybe ignorance and empathy, but there were some other, factors that were contributing to this. And then we stalled. Then we went into the 80s. And then, fast forward, you get to Rodney King in the 90s. So it's revisionist history. And this idea that the reason we do nonviolence is because we need other people to join us is complete nonsense. You would have never had the Underground Railroad. We cannot rely on the idea that we're bringing this whole coalition of people together. The coalition isn't there. People don't agree with us. They voted for Trump, period. So whether we're nonviolent or violent, it all gets twisted up, and it has nothing to do with anything. Stop blaming people who are being called looters and rioters, and stop talking about how nonviolence is the answer when we can see very clearly, frankly, in 2020, all those protests were remarkable and they were around the globe. And it wasn't until a little looting and rioting started happening that all of a sudden policymakers were like, oh, we better do something. Corporations are, oh, we better do something. And of course, this is a backlash to that. But the fact is that there are a lot of ways to go about this. The bread riots in the French Revolution, right? There are a lot of ways to go about this, and demonizing people who do not allow their own military to attack them, the police that are supposed to protect them, to attack them, and then going and quoting Martin Luther King and saying this is how a protest will be effective is just not true. Let's stop glorifying nonviolence when people are committing violence against us. Black and brown people are not designed to be martyrs. We can move past that trope because it actually didn't work. So we need to try some new ideas. And I'm not saying that means go out and be violent, but let's just erase that part of it. We already know that that's not the key. So check that off. Stop talking about it. Let's think about all the other strategies that are out there